Hello, I'm Fiona Carey from Style Liberation and the Facebook group 35 Plus Where to Shop. And we help women 35 plus to create a wardrobe full of outfits that they absolutely love without having to start from scratch. So today I'm going to talk about a theme or comments that we hear quite regularly from potential clients. We hear from women in change rooms. We hear from members of our Facebook group. And that is being able to find clothes that fit. And we completely and utterly understand the absolute frustration that women have with trying to find items that work for them. So you may be familiar with the scenario. You head into a change room, you pull a whole heap of different items to take into the wardrobe, and you find things that a lot of items that don't actually fit or work for you. And I was actually just shopping with a client this morning, and I overheard quite a few women who were like, "No, that's not right. That's not right. It's me. It's my body. My body's a weird shape." All of those type of things. And what I want to say is there's nothing wrong with your body at all. What we're looking at is we come in all different shapes and sizes. Some of us are taller, some of us are shorter, some of us have broader shoulders, some of us have narrower hips, some of us, have a bigger bust, some of us has smaller bust. We come in all different shapes and sizes. And isn't that great? Because the world would be a very boring place if we were all exactly the same. So, what we need to be aware of is that in the retail landscape, we've got brands and retailers and designers who are making all different types of garments, garments to suit all different shapes and sizes. So, when we try something on and it doesn't fit us perfectly, it's not about us. It's about understanding that that garment is made for somebody else, and someone else will pick that up and, it will fit really, really well for them. This myth that there are people in this world that can put anything on and it fits perfectly, that is actually a myth. Because we're all so different, we're all going to have to look at particular elements of garments that are going to be right for us. And I guess that's the thing. No one's actually ever taught us this stuff. No one's actually ever taught us how to dress for our particular body. Because, even with friends and family, they have different bodies and body shapes than what we do. They might be a little bit taller than us. They might have a different bust size to us. They might have a different hip size to waist ratio. So, where I really think we need to start in terms of working out what's going to fit really well for us is really understanding our body first. And one of the first places to start is really understanding what we call our horizontal body proportion. So, and we give them beautiful names as well, whether or not we're a triangle or a rectangle, inverted triangle, or hourglass, having that knowledge really gives us a really good base to understand what particular garments and shapes are going to work for us. But that's only one piece of the puzzle. There's actually quite a few pieces of the puzzle. Horizontal body shape is just one, because we also need to look at things like our vertical proportions. So, are we balanced body, long legged, short legged? Have we got a raised waist or waist at belly button level? That will impact on things as well. And also in terms of like our scale, our face shape, and also if we have any other prominent features. So they're just a couple of things that we have to bear in mind. So when we look at ourselves and when we spend time analyzing ourselves, we're often very, very hard on ourselves rather than looking at ourselves objectively. We're hard on ourselves. And what we tend to focus on is what we like to call the boobs, the bum, and the tum. And what happens is we can sometimes become really fixated on these areas of our body and forget about all the other wonderful parts that we really love and want to embrace and get fixated on these. And the thing to know is not everyone else is fixating on these areas of our body. So what we can often find, if someone's fixating on trying to find something that just fits your bust, then sometimes we miss out on finding fabulous pieces that also then highlight that beautiful raised waist that you have. Sometimes when we're fixated on fitting things around our bottom and our hip line, we lose the ability to find things that fit really beautifully around the waist. And the example I want to give there is I'm a triangle shape. So my bust line is proportionally smaller than my hip line. So for me, pants can often be quite a challenge because they'll fit around the bum and the thigh area, but then they'll gape a lot around the waist area. So that's the thing, like often we need to have a little bit of an adjustment or alteration or find the right brand that makes for our particular body shape to really hit a home run when it comes to a particular garment. So, we've got some garments that are made maybe more for a rectangle, for example, than say a triangle or an hourglass shape. And the other thing as well is like we might look for items that skim over our tummy area because that's an area that we may not be comfortable with. But again, miss out on creating that beautiful waist shaping because you do have a waist. You very much do. It's just that it may sit a little bit higher than, say, at belly button level. So, what we actually want to do is we actually want to focus on creating these different shapes with our body and the clothes that we put on. This is the sort of starting point. We understand what our body shape is. We understand our horizontal proportions, our vertical proportions, our scale, our face shape, and prominent features. And from there, we look to create one of these shapes with our body and the clothes that we put on. So, are we looking to create that beautiful hourglass shape where we make the top half and the bottom half the same size and create that waist shaping or cinching around the waist? Are we looking to create that, really assertive, athletic, inverted triangle shape? Or are we looking to create that really fun and fabulous sort of rectangle shape, which is, reminiscent of, the 60s or, the flapper 20s era? So just to give you a few examples of what that might look like, is, we're creating that beautiful hourglass shape in something that is maybe a little bit more feminine, or we're creating that inverted triangle shape with, the skinny jeans and the waterfall cardigan, or we're going for that fabulous shift dress there. So they're the things that you want to sort of notice when you're starting out to finding, what's really going to work for you is what shape do you want to create and move from there. And that was our gorgeous Liesl. Liesl really thought that what she wanted to wear that really reflected her style personality, which, we keep banging on about as the most important step in creating a wardrobe full of outfits that you love, was very much correlated to her size and shape. But what she found was by understanding her body architecture, her underlying shape, understanding her vertical proportions, her scale, face shape, and any other features, she could then work from there to identify the garment shapes and styles and cuts that then created for her. She loves to create an hourglass shape. She could create those proportions because she was given that guidance as to what exactly works for her body shape based on her measurements. So that was a real game changer for her because all of a sudden she realized she could really express her style, personality, and what she absolutely loved to wear, no matter her shape or size. So I do have a little action that I would love you to take, and that is tomorrow morning when you get dressed, I want you to put on an outfit and notice the shape you're creating with your body and the clothes that you put on. Or to choose your favorite outfit and look at what balance and proportion you're creating. Are you creating an hourglass shape? And how have you done that? It doesn't mean that it has to be super cinched, but maybe you're just showing some shaping around the waist. Are you creating an inverted triangle shape and creating that, width across the shoulder line or bust line? Or are you creating that rectangle shape, which is super flattering for you? That's the action I would love you to take. I just want to give you a heads up as well. We're going to dive deeper into this in a couple of weeks. We've got a masterclass coming up in just over 2 weeks, which is called the Wardrobe Revamp. And we're going to share with you the 3 secrets to creating a wardrobe full of outfits that you absolutely love without starting from scratch. So just giving you a little heads up because we'll start telling you more about that Monday week, which is Monday the 21st of August. So just stay tuned because we're going to share more about that free online masterclass. Thanks so much for joining me today. And if you've got any questions or comments, please just pop them in the Facebook group, or if you're watching this on Style Liberation Facebook page, and I'll be around to answer any of your questions then. Take care, everyone. Bye.